bringing a pump. Listen, it's an incredible event tonight. Warrior 20, historic, all that. This is the match that I was here for, Joe. Well, I am so excited.
I'll tell you what, it goes back to, as a well-known man once said, we're live, pal. Anything can happen here at Warrior Wrestling. What was originally set to be a tag team matchup has morphed into a three-way bout. But, you know, as much as I would love to see all four components, I cannot shed a tear about the match we're going to get here, because any combination of these athletes.
We saw her make her Warrior debut at Warrior 19, her return to independent pro wrestling. Went to the limit with the Warrior Women's Champion Thunder Rosa in a time limit draw.
30 minutes, incredibly physical, incredibly passionate. You know what? Maybe that matchup was so incredible that time flew by. It didn't feel like 30 minutes at all. But Athena proved a lot, because in 30 minutes, the best woman on this roster, Thunder Rosa, couldn't beat her.
Yeah, but if you talk to Thunder Rosa, she would point out and say, but Athena couldn't beat her either. And that's kind of why we are where we are today. As you said, this was going to be a tag team match, and we were going to see if Thunder Rosa and Athena could tag up together. I don't know. I think this is a little bit more exciting, because they're going to have the chance to fight. And I think the spoiler potentially could be one Skye Blue.
Skye Blue has roots here in the Midwest. She has overachieved in many ways, from the Casino Battle Royal in AEW, from the AAW Women's Championship. She beat AK-47 Allison Kay. But here is the one to beat personified.
We were talking a little bit earlier, Joe, about charisma, about that just undefinable something that some athletes have. Thunder Rosa, to me, is the definition of that. She connects with people of all ages, all backgrounds, all around the world. I honestly, in all my years as a wrestling fan, I've rarely seen anything like it. She is an inspiration to so many. And look at her championship journey here, Joe. She defeated Kylie Ray to win the title. She defeated Mercedes Martinez in absolute war. Of course, there was the no contest with Athena. And then tonight, in this triple threat match, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, well, there will be a day to solve that one-on-one with Athena, you would think. But to echo your point, anytime I'm on a card with Thunder Rosa, whether she's a regular in the area, whether she's new to the area, she gets one of the loudest reactions anywhere up and down the card. The people just absolutely love her. I think there's something about her where you can sense her heart, and you can sense her authenticity, and that means a lot too. Thunder Rosa is very unapologetically her. She wears her heart on her sleeve. And we've seen that, you know, you saw that graphic with Thunder Rosa and Mercedes Martinez. Well, there's a button in it.
To the right of referee Dan Perch, from Chicago, Illinois, Skye Blue! Challenger in the corner to Dan Perch's right, from Petaluma, California, / Dallas, Texas, the fallen goddess, the American Joshi, Athena! And introducing from the graveyards of Tijuana, Mexico, AEW star and Mission Pro CEO. She is your reigning, defending Warrior Wrestling Women's Champion, La Mera Mera, Thunder Rosa!
Thunder Rosa, a true Renaissance woman. There isn't much that she can't do. And we've seen Thunder Rosa you know, her matchup with Mercedes Martinez that bled over into a national television rivalry, as Dan Perch holds the prize high above the Warrior Wrestling Women's Championship, which has become arguably the most hotly contested title in all of this organization.
Yeah, and I'm not someone who's like real into championship belts. You know, I'm not like a belt collector type of person, but I love the Warrior Women's Championship. It's so sleek, it's so streamlined, and I think it speaks to what is at the heart of the Warrior Women's division is just not a lot of frills, no bells and whistles. It's just athletes. It's the best athletes in pro wrestling competing against each other. And I just love to see it.
And I think Thunder Rosa embodies that mindset, that mantra. And listen to this, some love for Skye Blue as well.
Yeah, who again, I think if you're looking at just like the accolades and the experience of the women involved in this match, like yes, Skye Blue, whoa, wait, a cover right away, and another cover. What? Skye Blue with a roll-up, and Athena with a roll-up, and Thunder Rosa with everyone's getting covers here.
Who's going to catch the other sleeping? Who's going to catch the other off guard? Let's feel each other out and see who's really ready for this dance.
As I was saying, I think if you're looking at the accolades, maybe you would think that Skye Blue, you know, experience-wise, she's the underdog. But in a match like this, when you have two people like Athena and Thunder Rosa who are clearly very focused on each other, that's where you can take advantage if you're a Skye Blue. And Athena thrown to the outside already by Thunder Rosa.
That was a very ugly landing, by the way. Athena, I think she bounced off of the ring frame and certainly hit that wood floor as well. And no disrespect between Thunder Rosa and Skye Blue, a couple of AEW athletes. Of course, Thunder Rosa just last week challenged Dr. Britt Baker for the AEW Women's Championship, having a return match in our native San Antonio this Wednesday night. So a lot of important championship matches on Thunder Rosa's mind. If Thunder Rosa looks past tonight to Dr. Baker, that could cause her to lose the championship.
Right, and this is what we originally had scheduled as a singles match, Thunder Rosa versus Skye Blue. It eventually became a tag match, and now this triple threat. But I have to wonder if maybe this is the match that originally Thunder Rosa was planning for, if you're talking about not looking too far ahead.
Well, with the way that she deposited Athena to the outside, I feel it's what she wants. I was going to ask you if you think that Thunder Rosa is in any way upset that she's defending this title when 4 hours ago she wasn't scheduled to, or is she relishing the chance to prove she's the best?
I would say if it was anyone other than Thunder Rosa, yeah, you'd be upset. But Thunder Rosa, this is what she's about. She is about defending her championship whenever she can and taking on all comers.
I love those arm drags. It's like a female Ricky Steamboat. And the drop kick follow through. Thunder Rosa is so fluid in everything she does. She's a mentor to so many. She's the personification of women's wrestling in this day and age to a number of fans and insiders alike, and you can see why clearly.
There's a bunch of little girls in Thunder Rosa face paint out in the crowd right now. I saw them earlier, and I think that says just about everything.
Yeah, and Athena picking her spot.
And Athena saying a whole lot without using her words there by pulling Thunder Rosa to the outside and using Rosa's hair to ram her into the apron.
And you know, when we went off the air of Warrior 19 a month ago, there was a deep-rooted mutual respect between Athena and Thunder Rosa, to be sure. But make no mistake about it, when the title's on the line, that's out the window.
Well, and, you know, Athena and I have been very close for very long.
Oh, my God.
I know her very well, and I can understand some of this, because think about this, Joe. You went to the limit with Thunder Rosa, 30 minutes. And then Warrior 20 is announced, and do you have your title shot? No. You're wrestling AQA, which, of course, an incredible match, but where was Athena's championship opportunity? So I understand this resentment.
Where's the champion? Athena's getting rid of Thunder Rosa.
She's gone.
But listen, a moment ago, Athena rammed her knee into Rosa, and the back of Rosa's head hit that guardrail hard. Rosa may be unable to continue with Skye Blue, the Hurricane Rana.
And Athena flipping onto that wooden floor. Now it's Blue tossing Athena into the ring.
And there's a 2 count. I think the point you made several minutes ago of Skye Blue being able to slip in under the radar of all of this competitive nature and come out with a champion is a great strategy. Athena got spiked on her head.
And yeah, maybe this is not what we expected to see, but it is Skye Blue standing tall. Our Warrior Women's Champion nowhere to be seen. Athena down on the ground.
Skye Blue doesn't have the experience of either of these other athletes, but I don't know if either Athena or Thunder had achieved so much so early compared to what Skye Blue has done.
Whoa.
Both athletes are jockeying from some positioning here. Athena swinging through those ropes to get momentum. I love the way Athena uses her surroundings to enhance her offense.
Skye Blue is down. Athena springing in.
2 count and Thunder Rosa trying to get involved. You have to wonder if Thunder Rosa's got her wits about her yet from that shot the back of the head first on the guardrail.
Yeah, and in a triple threat match like this, when you are the champion, you automatically are at a disadvantage. Because what if that springboard would have been successful? I mean, the championship would have changed into Thunder Rosa wouldn't have even been in the ring.
And that would have only created a further wedge between not just Athena and Rosa, but Skye Blue in the mix as well. As Thunder Rosa, you know that she's very prideful, and I think she would feel that, you know what, if I'm going to lose this title, I better lose it on my back, being beat by the better woman.
Yeah.
Now, Athena, it's smart strategy in a three-way matchup as well, though. You want to have one of your opponents isolated so you can try to get that pinfall. So all three of these women have fought a smart contest with Skye Blue. Slipped through the ropes.
Rolling all the way through, but no. Trying to use her own body weight to keep that pin down.
Skye Blue can be very sneaky and very resourceful. And I think Skye Blue's biggest advantage is that a lot of people underestimate her. Lamai struck cradle.
Rosa showing up at the last second to break that up, and now all three women are in the ring again.
I think Skye Blue's biggest strength and biggest asset is sometimes people look at her as unassuming.
Yeah.
And she's as resilient as anybody. Oh, but she got caught. And Athena almost made Skye Blue think about it for a second before overpowering her. 2 count only.
Athena, though, still holding on.
Boston Crab. Or maybe a Texas Crab.
Yeah, holding on to the ankles.
And imagine what this win would do to reaffirm Athena's status.
Thunder Rosa hooking on a dragon sleeper, but Athena still has it. She's still sitting on top of Skye Blue, trapping her underneath.
Now, wouldn't that have been unique, Beta, if Skye Blue had tapped out at that point when it was Thunder pulling back on Athena?
I don't even know what the outcome is then. We're not going to find out yet. Athena turning it around.
Jeez.
A flipping diamond dust with the cover.
I'm not sure if I've seen that move quite that way from a standing position rather than the ropes.
I mean, it was nearly a standing 450 at that point.
Yeah. Well, Athena's such a great natural athlete, trained by Booker T. Made her return to independent wrestling last month here at Warrior. What an honor that was for this company. Oh, Skye Blue firing back. Skye Blue doesn't feel very honored right now. Skye Blue just wants to fight the world and prove she belongs.
Skye Blue was in control, but wait, had that handspring scouted, and this, Joe, this is exactly what you were talking about. Maybe not what you would expect out of Skye Blue, but she has studied up.
Oh.
Not just on, she didn't even know that she was going to be in this triple threat. She thought it was a tag going into things, and she still has Athena so well scouted. I think it is that unpredictability that Skye Blue can use to her advantage.
Subtle gamesmanship from Skye Blue, countering the handspring, coming back with one of her own. Oh no!
I think Blue maybe all the way out to the floor.
And Thunder Rosa wastes no time capitalizing.
Huge double stomp.
On top, Skye Blue intervenes.
Rolling into the ring at exactly the last possible second.
My goodness, well, Skye Blue deposited the outside. We're back where we started in our main event a month ago.
Rosa going to work on Athena. Thunder Rosa through the ropes. Oh!
Athena's breathing very heavily, and those knees are only going to knock the air out of the lungs of Athena further as Thunder charging through. Great elevation on the drop kick by La Mila, which basically is translated to the head honcho, the top boss. That's what she is in the women's division here. Northern Lights, beautiful bridge, and Skye Blue the save.
Skye Blue breaking up that pin with just a kick to the ribs and zeroing in on Thunder Rosa.
Skye Blue's got momentum in her own right. What about the victory over Miranda Alizé a month ago?
Whoa. Just a punch to the face by Thunder Rosa.
Athena with that explosive offense Thunder had it scouted. That sliding clothesline.
Oh, code breaker though by Skye Blue, and somehow Skye Blue once again standing tall, but wait!
Jeez. Athena can switch direction so quickly on you. But all three athletes are down.
Yeah, just a burst of energy by Athena, nipping up to fire off that little head scissors on Skye Blue, but she is still down.
This is what Warrior Wrestling is all about. It's what the Women's Championship means to these three. This is Warrior Wrestling 20. How validating would it be for Athena, who's been on such a strange journey through her career the past 7 years? How reaffirming would it be for Thunder Rosa to build momentum and maintain her spot on top? And oh, Athena tried to nip up.
Yeah, and she couldn't do it.
And what would it mean for Skye Blue to play spoiler and change the division rankings upside down in one night?
And at that point, who does Athena even focus on? Does she switch over to the new champion? Does she stay with Thunder Rosa? You're right, it would just completely change the complexion of everything here. Oh, and the complexion of Skye Blue's face might have just changed with that slap.
And again, nobody wants to give in. Nobody wants to let up. Jeez. I don't know who I give the advantage to in a slugfest.
And it's Athena and Thunder Rosa going nose to nose.
Athena and Thunder are proud athletes. They both have a fiery temper. And Skye Blue doing what we've talked about this whole match.
Oh!
Picked her spot. Skye Blue's gonna do this. Just pinned it. No.
Trying on Athena.
Driving with the legs, but couldn't do it. Wow.
And Skye Blue, this is where she needs to keep focused. But no, Athena with the super kick.
And Thunder not going to stand idly by. Thunder trying to pick up the scraps.
And Athena breaking that up at the last second.
Wow. And again, not to be a broken record all night, but you can just sense the physicality. You can see the welts being in the form. You can see these athletes giving absolutely their all in this matchup for really maybe the top prize in women's wrestling in all of this part of the country, maybe all of independent wrestling.
I mean, honestly, when you look at the caliber of athlete who competes for the Warrior Women's Championship, I think you might be right, Joe.
Full Nelson and Thunder, more than the fingers locked, you got the wrist clutched, and Thunder with a rear naked choke, or rather Athena, a rear naked choke on Thunder, the sleeper.
And that, honestly, that might be wrenching back on that full Nelson a little bit. Athena is going to have to, she's letting go of Skye Blue just a little bit to try to get out of this.
Thunder, had to counter and just sits down with a jawbreaker.
But that, again, that forced her to let go of Skye Blue as well.
What a chess game this is turning into. But Thunder Rosa's feeling it.
Oh, Thunder Rosa coming in hot, but Athena right behind her, sandwiching Thunder Rosa between Skye Blue and her own body.
And no matter where you run, where you look, somebody's waiting in the wings.
Now using Skye Blue as a weapon.
And stacks them up. Ooh, all the wind rushing out of both opponents.
Rosa with the crossbody onto both Skye Blue and Athena, but she has zeroed in on Athena now.
Thunder Rosa showing why she is the heart and soul of warrior wrestling in the eyes of many. But here's Athena using that unmatched agility. Caught Thunder high. Will this be enough? New champion crown, no.
Again, Skye Blue able to spoil things for Athena at the last second.
And Skye Blue almost measuring Athena, who turns with a look of vindication. But will it pay off? Skye Blue hits Code Blue! Stacks her up on the shoulder! But not enough! Wow.
And again, I think, Joe, that might have been 3 if not for Thunder Rosa breaking it up.
I think so. I've seen Skye Blue win title matches like that before. Cradle! No. I'll walk right into the elbow of the veteran Thunder Rosa.
Oh.
Jeez. Shades of a name we mentioned earlier, Johnny Gargano, the elevated full Nelson facebuster. But Athena got to pick up the scraps. Athena's going to get the pin. No.
Skye Blue kicking out. But, you know, if we want to look at the time it took for Skye Blue to kick out, if Rosa was able to capitalize on her own maneuver, she would have retained the championship.
Hey, Athena, don't put your hands on Perch. It's not his fault.
Perch has been through it tonight, okay?
Athena's not here to win a popularity contest.
Yeah, we got some,
Yeah. Athena tried to talk her way out of that one.
Thunder Rosa, you're not gonna just trick her with some friendly words about 20 minutes into a hard-fought contest.
Yeah, I mean, think about this. Just the past 2 Warrior events alone, Athena and Rosa have been in the ring together nearly an hour. That's a staggering statistic for how well these athletes know each other and how just intense this rivalry's budding into.
And now that I think Rosa's pretty sure she's taking care of Athena, but wait, Skye Blue! Skye Blue!
I'm telling you, she could do it. She could do it. Roll up here by Rosa. Skye Blue beat Allison Kay for the AEW Women's Championship. She went to AEW pay-per-view probably years before anyone expected her to. She's an overachiever at Skye Blue because she's got the heart. No.
These pinfalls are so close.
Anytime someone's told Skye she didn't belong, she's proved them wrong. Wait, Thunder Rosa, maybe looking for the Fire Thunder driver.
She's got it hooked.
Oh no! Emerald Trojan, a variation of such, and gets the win.